He's playing the drums. From the tractors. Okay, hello. Welcome back to
Father and Son Tractors presents Fun with Tractors.
That went so much better than last time. Well, I'm going to recline for this. Today we're talking about hydrogen, mainly because I've come across a farmer called Paul, lovely chap. He's got this is a TW20, it's not a TW20, he's got an old Ford like this. And he's developed a hydrogen engine, and not like an engine. It sort of bolts to the side of the engine to assist the 6-cylinder diesel engine to save money. Oh. I don't know much about hydrogen, to be honest, so I've done some Googling. I don't even know if there are hydrogen I haven't heard of hydrogen tractors.
Wow, interesting you should say that, because Fendt, Case IH and New Holland are all developing hydrogen power fuel cells to use. And only very recently, so what was developed, the Fendt one particularly is in production. I think it's in production. It was sort of premiered at some summit in Belgium last year. Wow. Teddy wants to say who we are.
Oh, sorry. Tobias. Heather.
And Teddy, the supervisor. So they are now being, but not these sort of hybrid ones. They're very much looking at sort of agriculture, so a hydrogen-powered agricultural economy.
Completely
powered
by hydrogen.
Yeah, and pouring a lot of money into it. But these machines aren't going to be cheap, so they aren't the sort of thing you'll be able to get or make yourself. So I think what Paul's done is try to make it accessible for everyone.
Well, yeah, I mean, I remember when maybe it was Toyota, I can't remember. They tried to bring out a hydrogen car. And there was some concern over storing the hydrogen because it's dangerous. Again, my lack of knowledge here. So yeah, like you say, what Farmer Paulie's done is he's built this little hydrogen engine, out of DIY parts.
Well, let's.
Yes. Well,
let him explain, because he knows his stuff.
He can explain it far more eloquently than I can. Yeah. So yes, this is what happened when I went to have a look. So I popped out to see my dear friend, Farmer Paulie, who has made, thank you for being on the podcast, Paul, who has made is it semi-hydrogen power or completely?
It's hydrogen assisted.
Hydrogen assisted Ford. Now, never seen anything like this before. Can you just briefly explain, how, because you've done this yourself, haven't you? This isn't a big company.
We go.
Right, okay.
Well, all of this has been made from off-the-shelf parts that you can get on the internet.
Wow.
I'm a little bit of a conspiracist, so I go on, research, and believe that there's a lot of things out there that we could be doing to benefit us. Say, for example, this hydrogen device, I looked into it and I thought, wow, I could build one of those. I could put one of those on my tractors and probably save fuel and clean up the fuel emissions a bit, and this, that and the other, to help things out. So I did my research on and off. We had a lot of rain at the beginning of this year, so we were stuck indoors a bit more. So I came in here and I thought, well, let's start building a hydrogen system. Well, I've got my fuel cell is actually off shelf. It's in here. I'm not going to take it apart.
No, absolutely.
It's in here that you can buy online.
Okay.
And basically, I used the products at what they were saying, but I went one further and I thought, well, I'll design it myself. So then I've got some input in it, and I've got some ideas on frequency. One of my friends, the late Professor John Searle, who came here, he actually built anti-gravity devices and this, that and the other, and free energy.
Whoa.
We won't go that far yet.
Yes,
Maybe we'll have to be tractors flying around next year. Anyway, for now, here down on Earth, what basically I can do, or anyone can do, with a few spanners and a few tools and a welder, that helps, welding plant. What we've got is, we've got water in here, HO2. There is an additive. There's an additive. It's based on potash, but There's a little additive in there, and you must use distilled water because you don't want the system blocking it.
Okay.
And basically, all it does is the water just self-gravity feeds down through into the hydrogen cell, and then we put. If you come over here, Toby, this is the main part.
I've got
And
the door.
if you put power through there, electric, it's electrolysis actually.
Okay.
So what happens, electricity will atomize, take the hydrogen and oxygen out of the water, and
Okay.
this is where the hydrogen
Well,
comes
sort of
from.
separate the molecules kind of
That's
thing.
it, you got
right,
it.
okay.
I won't go technical detail
No,
because
no,
it's,
yeah.
us farmers, we like it a bit simple like.
I'll do
And
that
it's
on
not
a
based
whiteboard
on
after
cider,
this.
neither.
No.
neither. Anyway, so what I did, I used the 30 amp system. I used the aviation switches, so we can turn it on now actually.
Well, if you, yeah,
It
yeah.
starts, it
Okay.
starts straight away. But I find it's best to start the vehicle up first, get it running, nice and warm, like you do. Check your oil and water, by the way.
Yes, yeah.
Always,
Yeah.
and and then start the process off. You can start early, but what I did, let me turn it off now. Is went one further. Now, because of frequency, the type of the flow of electricity, everything's got its harmony balance, harmonic balance. Let's say it.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't need another drop of cider. No, I don't. Think. And anyway, I do a little bit. And anyway, I actually haven't got a readout on here because the ones I was looking at from China and all the rest of it, the wiring was too thin and small. And I don't know. So what I do, I've got some markings there that I actually are trying to perfect it by hitting this and feeling, gut feeling.
When you're
get
using
that.
the machine.
And it seems to be working.
Well, there's a lot to be said for that.
Oh,
Because
absolutely,
then you're in tune
Toby.
with your machine, aren't you? You know,
Well,
your energies
you've
are
got
in
this
tune
gut
and
feeling, you run along with, you think, that's not quite
Yeah.
right. So,
Yeah.
anyway, being a bit of an eccentric, you're allowed to do that. And anyway, so you've got the power in through, you change the frequency slightly by just altering the flow of the current. That's the main thing. And then let's come back here. So what we've got is electricity happening, and then there's another outlet pipe, one in, one out of your your hydro cells. Because I'm building some solar work at the moment, and I've got a new invention, free energy, mate. It's going to work. It's going to work. It's going to work. And in basically the gases, the hydrogen, will bubble up into here, which is then we call that a bubbler.
Yeah.
Which so there's water in, but I mean this water probably lasts 12 months. It's amazing the
wow.
amount of
So
energy in water. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
So and then the gases will come on up further into this little tank.
Okay.
Now bear in mind, hydrogen is a very fine thin gas, and if you kept it in a bottle, it would just dissipate in no time at all. It finds its way out anywhere. So I've sealed all these joints.
Well, yes.
Used all these thick rubbers and thick
Yeah,
bottles.
yeah.
So the idea is when the engine's running, is to get your hydrogen, start creating it instead of storing it, because storage is a very difficult thing with hydrogen, and then suck it straight into the engine. So I feed it here with a pipe straight out of this bottle, the gases. I've got a non-return valve here, and we go straight into this, into the turbo here.
Oh,
now,
I
this
see.
is a
So it's like
six-cylinder, 150 turboed. It used to be a lorry engine.
Wow.
In a 5095. Now these were built in Belgium. I just found out a lot of it is imperial, and then all of a sudden things are metric.
There's a mix.
It's amazing. But and somebody actually, I think it was Phil Marshall down at Yeovil.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, brilliant guy with the steam engines and things. He
Oh, wow.
actually designed all this, put the engine in.
Oh,
This is
bless
just all water pipe, you know,
Yeah,
DIY. Do it
Yeah,
at
well,
home.
once you've
But
got
it
the
works.
weld on it, it works.
And it
yeah.
don't cost much,
Yeah.
and it's easy to maintain. Now these
Wow.
tractors anyway are probably more economical than a modern tractor anyway, because they're a low flow engine. You've got that
Yeah.
6-cylinder, and they just
Yeah.
just work all day long. Beautiful.
yeah.
Anyway, so
Wow.
that's the basis of a hydrogen assisted tractor.
So the hydrogen just then goes in with the turbo. So when the turbo turns,
That's it. It just sucks
goes
it in.
as it would.
Now, what I found, Toby, straight away, well, after about 20 minutes, a huge increase in power, and we nearly popped the wheelie, and front to come up easy on the
Wow.
road. And in the Oh, and the power were amazing, and the sweetness running in the engine, the tick over, everything feels really good.
And you've used then less diesel, noticeably?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, it's still in the trial period. I've got my hedge cutting to get on and do, because I believe in letting the leaves come off, less fuel, less power, and trimming edges, not cutting them.
Yeah.
Better for the wildlife and the environment.
Absolutely. Yeah, with you there.
And anyway, the actual tractor is a 50-year-old. Well, just over 50-year-old, 51 years of age.
Look at
now.
that. Beautiful old machine.
1973. So
wow.
These old girls, let's call them girls, there's a ship you're sailing it and you're working it, are absolutely amazing. I don't know why we still don't develop them, all these modern tractors. I was going to buy a brand new one and I was so put off, and they're less fuel economy. And you can't do things like this, there's too many electrics.
I know, well that's the thing, everything on modern tractors does seem to have a sensor that triggers and puts it into a limp mode every time you want to change a tyre or something.
Filter, let's shut it down.
Exactly, and then you've got to...
I forgot to pay my money's on it. Let's shut them down in the middle of the field.
Exactly, Well, wow, thank you very much.
As you can see, I've made, I like recycling, so this is all out of old traffic signs. Sort of the inch angle, I call it, because I'm a bit imperial now. And this came off the back of an old refrigerator. It gives a bit of reflexivity, stop all those nasty bits. And as I showed earlier on to Toby, I'm building a mud guard to go on there and stuff.
To stop
recycled
things
material.
pinging up.
So the water don't go up into it.
Yeah.
There we are. Most of it is just it's all made out of scrap and stuff that was lying around the workshop, basically.
Wow.
Except for the bottles and the pipes I bought in and the Jubilee clips off.
Wow.
Obviously, I got them from Agriline.
Yeah.
Oh, you plugged something there.
I know.
But well, we all do. We all do it through different companies.
Exactly.
They're all the people.
You find it somewhere, don't you?
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice to know actually with these old vehicles, you can get all the parts from now.
You can, and literally most of it's just like with your new machine here that you've built, it's just all bolt on.
Yeah.
It's just bolt on. There's no fancy bits and
bobs.
Oh,
I can always take it off, take it to pieces, redo it and everything.
So
I did have a slight leak to start with. I used the wrong stuff, but I just got...
trial and error.
Yeah.
Do you have a plan to, make these commercially viable, or are you just going to
release
a patent on how
I'd tell anyone
to build them themselves?
I'd tell anyone how to do it,
Yeah,
Toby.
So for the sake of the environment,
it's easy, really. It's not rocket science. It's just simple distillation to me, anyway.
Well, thank you.
With a cider.
With a bit of cider. Don't put the cider in there.
Okay. All right then, mate.
Yes, well, thank you. Yes, Farmer Paulie for being on the podcast. Thank you very much. We'll talk the science now.
Oh dear.
Now that's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. And he's called it the Chant Hydro Cell.
I love it.
And the fact that he made that frame out of some old road sign.
Radiator, back of a
fridge radiator thing or something to protect it. And
it's very clever.
Yeah. I'm not really sure how it works. So from a brief bit of research, I think what he's suggesting is, obviously water is hydrogen and oxygen, H2O. Yeah. It doesn't conduct electricity very well, so he has to add the this sort of salt. I'll put on the screen now what it is he adds. It's almost like salt, like table salt he adds to help with the conduction of electricity. And inside the little cell, because he said he bought this little hydrogen cell unit to go below the tanks and everything.
And he's bought all these parts. He's bought
all online.
Just get them, sort of thing.
There is a positive pole and a negative pole, and you run electricity through them. So the electricity comes in through the positive, through the water, and out through negative, and it separates the water molecules. And the oxygen gets attracted to the positive pole and the hydrogen gets attracted to the negative pole. Then somehow the device extracts the hydrogen and shoves it straight into the engine to...
Got some hydrogen facts.
Go for it. Fun fact time. Fun fact. Is it a fun fact?
They're not. I mean, there's not that much fun facts to do with hydrogen, but it is. But hydrogen is the most abundant element, so making up 90% of the atoms in the whole universe. So if we can, this is why harnessing the power of hydrogen is so important. And well, he's on his way to free energy, really. And I think he said he was looking into solar power as well. It's a clean fuel as well, so it's a clean burning fuel that produces not only heat, electricity, and water vapor when combined with oxygen in the fuel cell. And so hydrogen itself is an energy carrier. Right, so like electricity, it carries energy. That's what it does. I'll give you some science. More science.
Go for it.
Hydrogen has 3 isotopes: protium, deuterium, and tritium.
Tritium. Well,
Molecules.
Oh my word! I say.
What are isotopes?
What are isotopes? Was what I was thinking.
You were thinking, and I know you all at home were thinking that too.
What on earth?
Isotopes are versions of a chemical element that have the same number of protons but different numbers of neutrons.
Wow!
It's all a bit like that for me. I say that, but it's the fact that he's made it work, and it sounds all difficult and very scientific, which it is, but he's made it into something that's accessible and that everyone can understand, and you can just do it yourself, which is and from what I can tell, he's not intending to sort of patent it and sort of sell it for lots of money.
No, well, he said to me he'd write it all down, draw some diagrams, and we can shove one on the Ford, on the Fordson. Do you know what I mean? So that's I don't know.
Teddy
He's dragging the bed out.
He's dragging an entire box across.
Such a menace. Where's your Pooh Bear?
Last time he jumped in a jam tart. Today he stole Daddy's lemon drizzle cake.
Stole my lemon drizzle cake. Polished that off before I had a look in. Yeah. Look, you've got a Pooh Bear there. It's a Disney one as well. Oh, that's twice we've had a Disney reference in
Whoops. We need to.
So there you go.
Yeah,
that is the hydrogen power tractor of Somerset.
But I mean, this is a real coup to get this interview with him, because this is such a big, amazing invention. I mean, he has been in some of the papers. We might have a clip of it here.
Yeah.
If we haven't,
something might have popped up. I don't know.
Sorry.
But there is a clip online of Farmer Paulie and his tractor, comparing him to. It's something to do with Jeremy Clarkson and his electric cars and hydrogen cars and things. So that's quite humorous. We'll try and find that and put that up.
A really amazing guy.
I've got a fun fact for you.
Oh yeah.
It currently saves just over 20% of his diesel use.
Right. And that's
and
huge,
he believes he can get that up to 40% with some tweaking. And the tank of water, so H2O that he uses, will go for sort of like 12 months or something.
Yeah, that's the bit that I thought, wow, it just keeps recycling. Yeah, really good.
Absolutely awesome. So there we go. Hydrogen power.
Woo.
The future.
Yeah.
The future.
And you saw it here first.
You saw it here first.
Unless you saw the clip of him on the news.
You saw it with Farmer Paulie and Tobias, Heather and Teddy on Fun with Tractors.
Oh, like and subscribe.
Oh, yes.
Like and subscribe. Pow!
Yeah.
Pow!
With no delay this time.
No.
For help and support with farming, business, health or family, please call the Farming Community Network. They are here for you.